which is going to be done by
I
none
have
other.
an I have a little intro to this
Yes,
one.
please, please.
So so I did actually update the development roadmap a few times lately, and
Yes.
if you paid attention, you saw that this was planned for the 21st, and it was turned on the 28th. And that happens not because of software, that happens because of licensing. So this particular plane is done, and we still have not secured the license. We have great communications with the manufacturer, and they are, I think, as excited as we are, but I can't commit to a date yet. But so if you keep going, I think it shows that who's making it. Inibills is making this particular plane,
Mm-hmm.
and what is it? It is the Mitsubishi Heavy Industries MU2. So it's the first time we are attempting to work with Mitsubishi Heavy Industries. Going well, looks awesome, and I think we have a guest to show us more.
We do. We have Mike Standen from Any Builds on with us. Hey, Mike.
Hello. Hey, everyone. How are you?
Doing good. Thanks for joining us. I believe you're sharing your screen with us, so we're going to go ahead and take a quick peek at the Mitsubishi plane here. I want to go into some details about the development of this. Chat is very curious.
So the Mitsubishi Heavy Industries MU2, actually one of my favorite planes, so I was quite excited to be involved in the development of this. But one of the first things you'll notice when you look at the web at this aircraft is the huge number of variations it's got. Literally goes from A to Z in terms of the alphabet and designation, so huge variation out there. So we focused on the short fuselage with the unmodified gear here, which is one of the earlier models that Mitsubishi made. It was originally marketed as an executive and utility transport. That's what the U stands for in MU2. But it also has seen uses as a medevac aircraft, surveillance, involved in policing. So it's got kind of huge capability. But to really capture the essence, we went back to the roots and looked at the executive and utility kind of aspect of it. It's known for some quite unique handling qualities, which we've tried to capture. So it's obviously got roll spoilers for the roll control. It hasn't got ailerons at all. That makes way for some much larger flap area, which gives it great short field performance. It's not quite a Piper Cub, but for £10,000 plus of aircraft, it's got pretty good short field takeoff and landing qualities. And also quite a unique shape in terms of the tail plane as well. With the use of CFD, we've actually managed to quite accurately represent the blanking of flight controls, which you get in this aircraft. So yeah, it's a bit of a challenge to fly sometimes, but also if flown properly, it's really fun to fly. Quite a sleek looking thing. I've definitely enjoyed developing it, that's for sure. So as I said, it's got a great short field performance, incredibly efficient in terms of its engines and stuff as well. It's got Garrett GP 331 engines on here, which gives it a range of about 800 nautical miles at 25,000 feet. Interesting fact about it, it's actually flown around the world in just 25 days. So it'd be great for some community flights in the future, hopefully, for those that way inclined. If we take a quick look inside then, so like we said, we try to capture kind of the classic cockpit of it. Quite dominating in terms of the cockpit area. You've got the weather radar up the front there, which is all functioning, and a classic suite of comms and radio navigation aids there. So if you're that way inclined, you could do a complete flight A to B using just the VOR and ADF navigation. However, we do give you the option to obviously bring it a bit more of a classic modern feel, So we've got the Garmin 530 in there with upgraded Garmin panel transponder as well. All linked to a quite nice little autopilot for the time of the aircraft. So you can fully couple the GPS through the HSI, fly coupled ILS approaches and stuff like that in it. It flies at about 25,000 feet, so you're going to need some oxygen supply. So we've actually modeled the cabin pressurization system in here. It takes a little bit of getting used to because it was quite early implementation of cabin altitude pressurization stuff, but all functioning as well in there. Like I said, we've kind of gone for the classic executive kind of 1960s and 70s feel in terms of the passenger cabin initially, but you can also swap it over via the EFB to simulate some cargo operations as well in there and your medevac flights, etc. in the cockpit as well, basically you need to be an octopus to start this thing in real life. All these buttons need to be pressed almost simultaneously. So we've tried to include most of that logic in the startup sequence. But if you're like me, you can also just press Control-E to get the thing going. But you can see like the number of switches you have to kind of simultaneously do to get it going in there. But yeah, hopefully you'll all enjoy it. It's been fun to develop, that's for sure. Given the turboprop aircraft a bit more love, we've tried to accurately get the feel of the turboprop in there, the handling qualities specifically of the ME2. And yeah, we hope you enjoy it.
Thanks,
Mike,
Mike.
is there going to be a manual?
Yeah.
There is a manual, yeah. So you'll have the full kind of start sequence and how we can swap around the autopilot and stuff like that.
Perfect. Do the doors open? Question from chat.
The door is currently open, and you can close it as well. We've got little details like the cabin light switches and stuff for ambience during the evening as well.
Yeah. That is incredible. Thank you. Manuals are the best. Yes, absolutely are. Thank you so much for showing off this aircraft. We'll look forward to whenever, hopefully it'll come out soon and we'll all get to enjoy it and try it out. We'll keep you on here, Mike, for a little bit longer. If there's any more questions for him, let me know. But for now, we'll go on to Jorg for our next section here.